And we're back. We've had a refreshing lunch and we've now returned. The beers have joined the fray and...
Flying Fortress Ale, no less.
Flying Fortress Ale. And we are now tucking back into the battle.
Got that carnage.
The Shadow player is still attempting to take Dol Amroth. There's absolute madness and carnage happening around Minas Tirith, but no decisive moves have been made in that quarter as yet. Isengard is definitely getting its forces together. Lots of elite units there. Yes.
Meanwhile, the Ring Bearers have moved 4 moves without being detected. Yet another attempt to take Dol Amroth by siege has failed, with the Sauron player with 1 unit left again, because only a couple of turns ago the garrison sallied out and massacred the besiegers. They were since replaced, but to no avail, and a single guardsman is still holding out with his leader in Dol Amroth.
Oh, it's driving me insane.
Moved these fellows out of Lossanac and recaptured Pelargir, thus removing his only victory point.
Of course I left Pelargir undefended. The lone guy coming with the spear. Go away!
Yeah,
Go away!
they all turned around and ran in fear.
Yes, and
Look,
got an extra free movement.
A single spearman routed an entire orc army. I'll attack these suckers.
Yeah. Okay, I've got fortifications, so you need 6.
There's only 5 of you.
How many people are attacking? You have to decide how many people are attacking.
Everyone.
Everyone! You're sailing forth into Osgiliath.
Yes. I can leave a rear guard, remember?
Yes, okay.
If I take it, all I've got to do is send one person there.
It's dusk. It's the time of the evening when gamers become more active. It's somehow the combination of the light and the brewed beverages that seem to bring them to life.
Speaking of which...
5. An action die was used to move the fellowship. Yes, damage is equal to the number of hunt successes rolled, which is 2. Excellent! 2 damage and you are revealed.
God damn it. Okay, I'll use axe and bow. After you've drawn a hunt tile, I may discard axe and bow to reduce the hunt damage by 1. Any remaining hunt damage must be confronted normally. So I discard that. I've used Mithril Coat and Sting, and Legolas and Gimli in the 1 turn.
Vicious.
So I take 1 corruption. Is that right? No, 1 damage.
Yes.
Oh, someone has to die.
Someone has to die, or you can take a corruption. It's up to you.
Oh, well, let's see.
1 corruption, or someone can sacrifice themselves to save you from the effects of corruption.
No, I'll take the corruption.
Excellent. The corruption has begun.
It's only 1.
You're going to head off through the old forest road, eh?
It's the old forest road route.
Yes, I did it last time with complete failure.
It's tried and true.
Alright.
And it is in fact the shortest route.
Interesting.
To Mordor by
Yeah.
1 tile. Can you put a companion on the board, please?
Well, I'm about to, in fact,
a minion rather?
play a muster die to
You can see they're getting a little bit feisty now.
the Witch King, Chief of the Ring Wraiths. However, the Chief of the Ring Wraiths is not a minion for the purposes of playing Gandalf the White.
We're quite lucky because sometimes it can take many, many hours to get to this point in the play. You'll also note that while the Southern Hemisphere gamer shares a certain obsessiveness to detail with his northern cousins, it's really his strange vocalizations that sets him apart.
Aha! I am determined to take Dol Amroth. It will fall this turn. It must!
It seems likely because there's only 1 regular unit defending it and however many, 5 or 6 attacking, plus 4 Nazgul, just to make sure.
Just to be sure.
The technical definition of overkill. Meanwhile, the fords of Ison are being reinforced against the slavering hordes of horrible wolf beasties coming in from Saruman's side. And, oh, of course, the party has been revealed and the Ringwraith has been placed onto the board.
Yes,
King
and
of the
they're being
Ringwraiths?
harassed by the Chief of the Ring
King of the Ringwraiths, yes. It's all getting very ugly.
I just rolled 5 dice with 4 re-rolls, each of which had a +1 on the re-roll, and I still couldn't get a 6 or a 5 or a 6 to get Dol Amroth. So another elite unit has been reduced to an irregular, and I'm now trying to do it again.
As you can see, he's starting to get a bit shirty about Dol Amroth, which is not surprising because it should have fallen about 4 turns ago. Yes! He's done it! It's a miracle!
And re-rolls.
Like you need them.
Three hits. Three hits. See them? 3.
Overkill.
Die.
Dol Amroth falls.
Dol Amroth is mine. Yay!
But let me just point out that in the process, we have managed to split his large army that was in Osgiliath, and they are now over here in Dol Amroth. So who's going to attack Minas Tirith, I ask you? And also, we've recaptured Pelargir in the process.
Things are happening down in Gondor land.
Dol Amroth is taken.
First, Dol Amroth, of course, has been taken. Pelargir has been taken back by the Shadow Player as well. And now the Shadow Player, with these forces here, is about to attack Lossarnach, where there are 4 Gondorian regulars. The Fellowship Player is now just deciding whether they take those 4 players back into Minas Tirith itself. These are all the forces in Minas Tirith. Or whether he stays to fight. And I believe you are going to
Fight, because if I take them back into Minas Tirith, even though there is room for 4 more units in this army, that means if he's, or when he subsequently attacks into Minas Tirith, which he inevitably will, only 5 of them can retreat into siege, and the other 5 get put back into the reinforcement bowl, which is of minimal value because I've only got 1 town where I could bring them on, and it's probably going to fall fairly soon anyway. And if I'm in siege, I can't bring them on in Minas Tirith, so I'm going to fight. You're attacking with 5 and 2 Nazgul and somehow one of these hideous Saruman wolf elites has got down here, which also acts as a leader. So he's got 3 leaders, I've got none. So obviously I'm going to lose, but the question is, how many can I take with me?
There it is. Lossarnach is taken. Minas Tirith is almost surrounded except for that one bolt hole through the forest, but who cares about that?
It's a particularly violent battle too, with no quarter being shown on one side and a relentless assault being used on the other.
Indeed.
So there was blood everywhere.
There really could be more shadow units here.
Yes, there could.
And there seems to be a bit of an amassing up here by the Southrons and Easterlings.
Yes, but the dwarves are at war now.
Indeed.
They've been advanced down the track by a series of muster rolls played by the Fellowship player.
And what's
going
going
at war?
What's going on here? At the Gap of Rohan?
Yes, it's being fortified. Gandalf's sitting there with a bunch of elites and leaders waiting for you to foolishly charge over the fords of Ison and get skewered.
Anything might happen. Oh, light has been cast down on the world of Middle-earth, and the Fellowship player is slightly frustrated.
Exasperated, intensely exasperated, in fact, because I've been ranting all this time that he should bring on a minion so that I could bring on Gandalf the White, which would give me an extra die. Only to discover that Saruman, who has been on the board since about turn 3, is, in fact, a minion. So I could have played Gandalf the White 20 turns ago. But no, I've been deprived of this dice. This is a very good example of why you need to understand the complexities of this game, because without understanding those little tiny details, your entire opportunity is reduced significantly. He's got 8 dice. I've got 5. I could have had 6 all this time.
It does actually happen quite a lot when we play War of the Ring, doesn't it?
It does. It's a very frustrating game, but immensely entertaining. Look at it. How could it not be?
It's a thing of beauty. The time has come, the time that comes in every War of the Ring game, the time when the Shadow Player finally takes on Minas Tirith. It's happening now!
Here, these 2 counters.
These 2 counters, that's not very exciting. Let's move me over here.
Aha. Here is the true extent.
Yes, Gothmog is leading the attack with 5 Nazgul in train, 3 elites, lots of other orcs, and it's very, very nasty indeed. Aragorn, heir of Isildur, however, is in there, which is a little bit frightening.
He's at the head with 3 leaders and enough troops to retreat into siege with 1 left over.
Strange, some strange reason they're all facing the wrong direction, which is...
It hardly matters.
No, it does matter.
The Shadow Player has just played Denethor's Folly as part of his assault on Minas Tirith, which means that as the Fellowship player, I'm not allowed to play any of these cards. So I just have to sit there and take it as we go into a siege. So you need to roll 6s, I believe.
However, I can play a card, and I'm going to play Words of Power, which I can play for Nazgul in the battle. Choose a companion. That would probably be Aragorn, heir of Isildur. That companion's leadership and special abilities are cancelled for this combat round.
Oh, it's outrageous. No cards, no special abilities. Hell's bells. And that's a problem because as captain of the West, Aragorn adds 1 to the strength of the Free People's Army.
And he gets 3 rerolls.
And he gets 3
2
rerolls. So,
however, I have to roll a 6 because it's besieged, so it's tough.
it is. So off you go.
So 5 dice with 5 rerolls, I believe. Does Gothmog add anything? No. Yes, he does. He adds lots of rerolls, but I can only have 5 rerolls, so that's it. Here we go.
Yet another example of Nazgul overkill.
That'd be 1 hit.
1 hit.
Come on.
That's a pathetic roll. Followed by another
hit.
pathetic
2
roll.
hits.
2 hits.
Hard work. Sieges are really hard work.
And I've got 5 rolls with 2 re-rolls because Aragorn is completely cancelled. Is that right?
His special ability.
His special ability is cancelled, or his re-rolls cancelled.
Leadership. Yes.
That's 3 hits.
See the rolling.
2 re-rolls. That's another hit. That's 4 hits.
Unbelievable rolling.
Die, you orc scum. Go on, die.
Yes, okay. How many?
4. Not only have I been subjected to the ignominy of Denethor's folly, but now, in a subsequent turn, he's decided to continue the siege and he's played a swarm of bats. And because of Denethor's folly, I can't play any combat cards. And if the Free People's player did not play a card, add 1 to all dice on your leader reroll. You can see how these things multiply into intensely irritating situations very quickly.
Minas Tirith is mine! And Aragorn, heir of Isildur, is dead. Oh dear, the last of the Numenors, who is he? I don't know. Numenorians, thank you very much, is dead. Oh dear, the line is over. And Minas Tirith is taken by the Shadow Army. Oh dear. Gloating is fun! That's the best part! So let's take one of these shadow stronghold markers and put it on Minas Tirith, shall we?
How many victory points do you get for that?
Another 2.
Loathsome
I'm now at 5, halfway to victory.
5, halfway to victory. Yes, but what's being ignored in all of this is that the ring bearers.
I've got Minas Tirith.
The last spotted here.
Minas Tirith is
That
mine.
was several turns ago, so they're not far away from the crack.
Minas Tirith. I've got
Oh,
Minas Tirith. I've just realised the fellowship has been revealed. He's at the gates of Morannon, which is getting a bit scary because I'm only on 5 victory points. I've still got a huge army to beat to get into Edoras, and Helm's Deep and all the rest of it is very well defended. And
as is the north.
He's getting close. So I've taken over Gondor. It's all over for Gondor, but
Will it all be for naught?
it's getting a bit scary. I thought I was doing very well. I thought I'd come back from a bad start, but as always, the fellowship marches on.
Ha!